Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're not already, make sure to go ahead and click the subscribe button and the post notification bell so you're notified every single time that I post. Let's just go straight into the video. Hey guys, if you're new to my channel, my name is Louisa and you're watching It's Lady Lis. For today's video, I just wanted to give you guys a little more detailed video of what inspired me to start my business. If you don't know, I do have my own website. It's beauty-based products. I sell lip gloss, eyelashes, glasses, eyelash glue, eyelash tweezers, a whole bunch of different things. I have scrunchies and so many different things. And the lip gloss I all make by myself. I do everything on my own. All of the designs and everything is all me. So I wanted to do this video because I already did a video like this, but it was like not really the exact story I wanted to tell you guys because it's not really like accurate. It's like a more super duper simplified story of this. So now I did write it down because when I do story times, I tend to go off into like a different direction and I can't stay focused on what I want to say and actually get out there, and then I'll go ahead and look at the video and I wouldn't have gone across everything I wanted to get out there. So I did write down the main parts of everything. This is like a whole book. It's literally just the whole page. So at the top it says, what inspired you to start a business? Like I said, it's all beauty based as of right now. I do plan on growing my business a little more, having it out there for men and kids as well. So as of right now, I just do like accessories and stuff like that. Like I said, I have lip gloss, eyelashes, glasses, knee-high socks, and just things like that. So I did want to eventually add some male products on there as well and some kid products. So that way everyone is able to shop on my site. But as of right now, it is for like the people who are into beauty and stuff like that. I do have a lot of people buying products like lip gloss for their daughters and their kids, and I do have more natural lashes. The all natural lashes are perfect for kids who like tweens who are discovering lashes and things like that. My boyfriend has twin little sisters like I mentioned in the last video. And I actually just gave them each eyelash glue and their own little set of the all natural lashes, since those are the most natural looking ones and best for kids in my opinion. So I'm just gonna get straight into it. It is a little emotional. I'm gonna try my hardest not to get emotional. I am 21 weeks pregnant almost on Monday, so I'm pretty emotional and I don't want to be. But I promise guys, I'm going to try to keep it together as much as possible. And once I fully cover everything on this page, I will then start telling you guys more things. I literally just wrote this down, so it's literally like just came out of me. And it's, like I said, it's pretty emotional. I've been through a lot in life and I really don't like sharing as much, and because whenever I do share my life, I'm just like, man, like my life has been very tough, way tougher than most 19-year-old people, 19-year-old girls would experience. Not only girls, boys too. Like I've been through a lot throughout my life, and I know you guys are probably like, oh, she's pregnant and has a 3-year-old son and she's only 19. So I will be turning 20 this year. at the end of the year. I know that's still not great, but in my opinion, everything worked out well. I'm an amazing mother, and life changed me for the better. And I'm honestly glad that I had my son when I did, because my dad was able to experience almost a full 2 years of his life with him. So that is something I'll cherish for the rest of my life. And already starting to get emotional. But now having another kid, it's like I kind of wish that I would have listened to my dad before. He was always like, oh, when are you guys gonna have another baby and stuff like that. So I'm blessed to be an amazing mother and be able to provide my children now with everything possible, all the love that they can have. If my dad didn't teach me anything in life, he definitely did teach me that your kids are amazing, and to love your kids no matter what, and nothing in the world is more important than your children. And he just basically prepared me my whole life and taught me what it was to be an amazing parent. And I'm a little more at peace now, and I'm kind of accepting the fact that he is no longer here. It was hard. I never really was able to express how I felt about my dad, so that's why I said this is going to be a little emotional, because I never really talk about my dad. He passed away September 25th, 2019, and that's pretty much where the whole story starts. So it all started that day, September 25th, 2019, at 1:30 p.m. is when they announced my dad passed away. And basically, that was the day that my whole life took a whole 360. If you guys didn't know, I was in my own place with my boyfriend and our first child. We had our own place for almost a year, for a half of a year at least. And my parents would come over all the time, and we would make dinner with them and just have, like, it was just amazing. Everything was so perfect. I had a job, full-time job, and I was almost graduated and everything like that. So I have achieved a lot since my dad has passed away, and that is a thing that I love the most about everything. The fact that I was able to achieve as much as I did with what was going on. My dad was one of the most traumatic losses I've ever had in my life. He was the only person I've ever really lost that I was super, super duper close to. Growing up my whole life, all I really had was just my dad, my mom, and my sister. And really, it was just my dad and sister, because my mom suffers from bipolar disorder. She's actually currently in the hospital. We didn't really share that with anybody, but it's been really rough. My life has, like I said, turned and did a whole 360 on me when my dad had passed away. Real quick before I do get into that part, the story, I did want to let you guys know, like, my mom, she does have bipolar disorder, and so do I, but mine isn't as severe as hers. And a while ago, my dad told me when he first met my mom, she was perfectly fine, and it's kind of sad, but she was always fed all these, like, lies and, like, basically brainwashed and given all these medications. And ever since then, she's been on medications her whole entire rest of her life. She's still going through it. Every 2 to 3 years, when my dad was here, she would get a little lonely, and she'd get a little, like, missing her other 2 kids, because I do have 2 older brothers and, like, 1,000 nieces from them. So I can only imagine being away from 2 of my children and a whole bunch of my grandchildren. It is very hard. And now, being older, I do realize what my mom has gone through, and it is a little easier now to understand her more. We've never really had the bond that I'd wish we'd have, like I did with my dad. My dad was literally my everything. He was the glue to our family, and I could speak to him about literally anything. I would call him when I had issues with my boyfriend. And he was the only person I would talk to about relationship problems. And he would always, like, in the end tell me, like, you know, I'm glad that you ended up with the man you're with now, because he treats you amazingly. And just knowing that my dad was proud of me is so amazing. And I just want to continue to make him proud in life. I'm already getting emotional. We're only 10 minutes in. So, knowing that he left this earth, being very proud of me and who I am, although I didn't really achieve much when he was here, I was on the way to achieving things. It's just really inspiring, and I'm just super grateful to have had an amazing father, and he's just an amazing man, and the way he treated my mom has always been inspiring to me, and just the way that he's lived his life in general has been very inspiring. And it kind of sucks because literally like a week before he had passed away, he had quit his job, and we picked him up from his job, and he's like, I quit, I'm done, I want to start my life, I want to have time for my grandchild, I want to have time for my family, I want to go out and do things and explore the world more. And it sucks because him wanting to start his life and then it being taken away from him has been a very hard thing for me. And yeah, dealing with my mom, he was always taking care of her, so I never really understood what it was like. So like I said, every 2 to 3 years she would get super depressed and stop taking her medications, and she would just be missing her other kids and all of her grandchildren. And my dad always handled it so well, but since he passed, it's been so much tougher. Me and my sister had to deal with this all on our own with the help of our boyfriends, obviously, but it's been really hard because we had just lost a parent, and it's like losing another parent. But I don't want to get too into detail with that. My mom is still here. I'm forever grateful. She's still alive and healthy. And we're working on getting her better. So it has been rough because since my dad passed away, she has gotten sick. Like I said, it was originally 2 to 3 times a year, and now she's gotten sick 3 to 4 times just this year. So it's very difficult dealing with what I'm dealing with while being pregnant, a full-time student, a business owner, and all these things. So I've always been told that I'm a really strong person, and I'm just now seeing it, and I get that trait from my dad, and I'm forever grateful that I have that trait, because honestly, I don't know how I get through the things that I do, but I'm here, and I wouldn't be able to give you guys this emotional story if I didn't go through everything I went through. So this video is a little bit on the longer side. I'm going to try to keep it a little shorter. So I'm just going to go ahead and get straight into the story now that you guys have a little background. My dad did pass away in 2019, the end. My mom is hospitalized at the moment because of her mental illness, which, like I said, we're working on it, and life is great. I'm not making this video for any sympathy or anything. I'm truly just making this video because a lot of people ask what has inspired me to start this business, and all the background has led up to this moment. So like I said, it is on the emotional side. I have went through a lot in life, and it is a little crazy, and that's not even half of what I've went through. But like I said, I'm not here for sympathy. I just simply want to get my story across and what inspired me to do this business. So like I said in the beginning, it did all start September 25th, 2019, when my dad had passed away. I'm going to be using this now because I just wrote this down. So I will be using that to like look at. I will still go off and talk about it on my own as well, but I'm going to try to look at this as much as possible because I'm already 13 minutes in and I don't want to be super long. So yeah, it all started September 25th, 2019 when my dad passed away, and my life had made a complete 360 degree it went into a whole 360, and we lost our house, I lost my job, the car ended up having some issues that we weren't aware of before, so we've been dealing with all that. And then I lost my job because just 1 second. So I lost my job because I had, like I said, I bought my dad's car from him, and since he was the only licensed driver, um, only thing I really needed to do was go to and from work. So we made an agreement. I would put gas in the car. We would take turns putting gas in the car, and he would just be like the person who would drive it. And he was my main support system, taking me to and from work. And when he passed away, I actually lost my job. And then right after I lost my job, the pandemic started just like that. And I actually had gotten another job. So I was working at Walmart when my dad was alive. And when he passed away, I was still working there for a little bit. But then I had lost my job because of the lack of transportation. And I was just struggling. I recently lost my dad, and everything was just super crazy. So then I had lost my job. I was like 2 weeks without a job, and I was just like, I can't do this. Like, I just kept hearing my dad, like, you need to do something in life. Like, you need to get up, you need to do it. Like, you can't just sit here. You have a kid now, you need to get your life together. Like, don't mourn me. My dad always told me when he was alive that when he passed away, he always said, I want you and your sister to have something. I want you guys to always remember, always remember the good times, and don't cry because I'm always here with you no matter what. So like I said, I'm trying not to cry, but I had lost my job when I was working at Walmart, and I ended up getting a new job at UniFirst since it was a little closer. The hours were amazing, the pay was great, and I could just walk to and from work. So I was doing that for a while, and then they actually laid me off due to COVID cases rising, and I completely lost it. I didn't know what to do. I was super depressed and just crying all the time. Like, I have a kid and I don't know what to do, and we have to pay bills, and life just doesn't stop when you have issues going on. And I don't know, I was just going through a lot. So I began looking into stay-at-home jobs on the internet. I literally just went on Google and looked up stay-at-home jobs that have good income. And that is actually when I started YouTube. And I got a website back in February 2020. I started my YouTube and my website, and at first I just wanted to do lip gloss. But as I started getting into doing the website and everything, I was just like, I don't want to just do lip gloss. I want to do more. I want to continue growing, and lip gloss is just a little too much because I'm going to just, once I do blow up and start getting a lot of sales, I'll have to make lip gloss 24/7, and I just knew there was easier items and better items I could sell as well. So I still do lip gloss, and it's actually going pretty well, but I ended up adding extra items, and since YouTube takes a little bit of time to start earning money and receiving support with money and stuff like that, I decided to put my main focus to the lip gloss business. And like I said, I just kept looking, and I had this business since February 2020, and I didn't even launch until November 2020. So I'm taking a lot of time to actually perfect it, and not that anything is perfect, but I've taken a lot of time to continue getting it where I want it to be, and just adding products as I go. I didn't want to launch until I had a nice amount of product, because honestly, I thought that my website would go a lot better, but it is going pretty well now. I'm getting a lot of orders. I offer pickup and shipping, 2-day shipping, Monday through Friday, obviously. So if you order Sunday, you will not get it in 2 days, you'll get it in 3. But yeah, so I kept doing that, and then I kept hearing my dad's voice just telling me, like, you got to get up and you got to do something. So I started using this channel to get my business out there and just grow as much as I possibly can. And I just, as many times as I've wanted to give up, I just never give up. And I keep pushing. And that's basically how I started everything. And now I just plan on to continue growing and one day open a store for my business and keep it in the family. When my dad passed away, it really did open my eyes. I started viewing the world very differently, and I graduated high school. I started my first semester. I passed my first semester. I recently just began my spring semester, which is my second. So I will be finished with this semester at the beginning of May, and then I'll be giving birth at the end of May, early June. So life is going a lot better. I do plan on expanding my business and making it grow and just being the best entrepreneur I can be. After, like I said, I am a full-time college student. I study criminal justice. I plan on being a criminal defense lawyer in the future. So, I have that going, and whenever maybe like in between or whenever I'm finished or close to finishing my criminal justice classes, I plan on adding little bits, of business classes as well, so I can gain as much knowledge as I can with this business, because like I said, I plan on opening a store one day and keeping it in the family. So that means I would just hire family members, which like I said, I don't really have much family. So the only family I have on my side, at least, is just my sister at the moment. My mom is in the hospital, but I still have her, but technically I really only have my sister. And I also have my boyfriend's side of the family. They've been amazing to me. I'm forever grateful for them, and forever grateful for my sister as well. She's played a big role in my life, my entire life. She's always been more of like a mom to me than a sister. Even though we've had our mother, it hasn't always been as easy. And that's also another issue with like my family. My brothers went through some issues with my mom, and they always thought that she left them. But that really wasn't the case. I don't want to get too into detail with that since that's a family issue, but it just hasn't been as easy as everyone thought it has been, or as I make it out to seem. Like I said, I have my dad's traits. I'm a lot like my dad, thankfully. He was a very strong, independent person, always pushes for what he wants, and he's always taught me, if you want something in life, go out and get it, because nobody's going to get it for you. If you want a brand new car, nobody's going to get that for you. You have to get it on your own. So that basically, that is what inspires my business, and that is what got me going. That's what got me where I am today. And it's not as great because it took me losing my dad to realize a lot in life, but I'm forever thankful that I've had the most amazing man in my life, and that is my dad. And it's even crazy. They made a doll for this man. So that's how you know I'm not fronting. Like, my dad was a maintenance man for a really long time in Allegheny County Housing Authorities, which that one says right here, ACHA, says George under. And I kept this because this inspires me, just this alone, just seeing this doll, because my dad was such an amazing man, hardworking man, that he even had a doll made for him. And I'm super happy that my son's able to have this as a little reminder that no matter where you are or what you're doing, Grandpa is always with you. And it kind of makes me a little sad sometimes, because him and my dad were very, very close, and he is like getting older now, and he's starting to realize things. So every day I try to remind him about his grandfather. Like, you had an amazing grandfather. You have an amazing pap. That's what he calls his other grandfather. And I'm glad that he has him. But he had a really unique bond with my dad. Bless you. And it was inspiring, honestly, to see them two bonding. And my son recently said to me, he was like, why did Grandpa leave me? And I was just like, Grandpa didn't leave you. Grandpa's always with you no matter what. And that's actually what this tattoo is right here. This is my dad. And it's just a little paragraph, something I put together on my own. It's in Spanish because we're Mexican. And I kind of feel like my Mexicanness died down since he passed away, but I try to keep it alive. And I have my dad's face to have that reminder that my dad is always with me no matter what. And my son recently got a necklace with his grandfather on it, and that's his little reminder along with this doll. So I'm forever grateful that they've had that amazing bond. And that is my story, guys. I don't want to make this super long. I know I was talking about extra little things in there, but my dad is really what inspired me to do this business and have this YouTube channel. And family, and just knowing that, like, a lot is from my dad. My dad taught me most of everything I know, and he is who told me every single day of my life, no matter what you want, you have to go out and get it. So, and take it little by little is another thing he would always tell me, because I'm a person who has to I'm a list person. Like, I'm super organized. I have to know what I'm doing. Like, I plan things ahead. And my dad always told me, because I would be stressing like crazy, and he always told me, little by little, Louisa, you have to take baby steps. So that was me taking my baby steps. I took a lot of time for this business to even launch it. Like I said, I started in February and I did not launch until November. I did have a little 3 free months to explore, but then after that I just kept paying. There's a monthly fee, so I'm very committed, and I was paying monthly so I could keep this website, and I just slowly got my inventory up, and I have a lot of product, guys, and I have a lot of deals going on. I try to keep things more on like the cheap side, not the cheap side, but like a little less expensive, because my dad was always super into like cheaper things and not being super expensive. So it's like, I'm glad I'm able to give everyone something not super like overpriced. And my website has grown a lot. I sometimes look at it like my dad is helping me with this business, low-key. And also another thing that inspired me to do this business as well is because growing up, all the time, you're always asked, what do you want to do when you grow up? And my answer was always be a criminal lawyer. As my dad looked at it, he would always say, you want to be a criminal liar? And my dad was an amazing cook, an amazing cook. He always made the best Mexican food, and I always told him, one day, when I grow up, I'm gonna buy you a business. I'm gonna buy you a restaurant that will stay in the family forever. And the whole menu is gonna be all of your recipes is what's on the menu. And I told him all the time, like, I'm gonna have a business with the money from being a criminal liar. I'm gonna open a business for you, and you're just gonna be the cook, and you're gonna teach us all how to make your amazing recipes, and it's gonna be a family business, and when you pass, you'll pass it on to me and Sissy, my sister. We'll keep it. We just have to I kept telling him, I'm gonna buy a fancy cookbook, recipe book, so I can put all of your recipes in there, and we're gonna open that restaurant, and we're gonna have our first family restaurant, and we'll forever have your recipes. And that is what truly inspired the business. Whenever I was looking into stay-at-home jobs, I'm like, a business, that's perfect. The only thing is I would have to do it online, and I can't open it because of COVID and everything. And people were always ordering stuff since it was COVID, or is COVID. So I was like, this is perfect. My dad would help me so much. And it kind of sucks because before my dad passed away, we were talking about the cookbook idea and the whole business thing. And he was super excited, so excited. He supported me 100%. And I told him that was going to be my gift to you one day. I am going to be super successful, and I'm going to open you a restaurant. And we're going to name it whatever you want, and we're going to do everything just how you want. It's going to be your thing, and no matter what, it's going to be perfect because you're doing it. So that is really what truly inspired the business. Is just my dad. And I'm glad that I was actually able to give you guys this little heart-to-heart conversation, this little story, and I'm forever grateful that I had an amazing father. A lot of people don't get that, so I'm forever grateful for it. And I've cried like 5 times this video, so that is where I'm gonna end it. Sadly, I did not get the recipes, if you guys were wondering as well. I know how to make a couple things, but not as much, so it's a little upsetting. But that is the end of this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up, big thumbs up, and make sure to smash that subscribe button and click the post notification bell so you're notified every single time that I post. And I love you guys all so much, and I just want you guys all to have an amazing day. And no matter what, I want you guys to keep pushing. And if you're on here and you don't believe in yourself, if there's a dream that you have, you want to do something in your life and you don't think you can do it, you can do it. And all you have to do is put your mind to it and put your heart to it. And honestly, you can do anything. You can achieve anything in the world as long as you put your mind to it. And like my dad always said, if you want something, you gotta go out and get it. So I'll see you guys in the next video.
Yeah, you already know.